place where darkness will live. Just as Germany was the home of darkness when we had the last dimensional shift, the United States is now home of darkness. It is where all darkness will end up and concentrate and be, and all light workers must leave. This is going to be very hard. There's lots of innocent children that have come here to give their lives for their parents.
It's okay. It's okay.
You have to help them get out.
So this is really happening. We can't shift timelines.
We can shift this. We can change it. But in this current moment, the darkness is so great that the Pleiadians just want us to get away from it. They want us to leave. We're going to lose our Earth families. We're going to lose so many people that we love.
It's okay. It's okay.
All the wonderful future that we know that it can exist on this timeline is dead. And all of the children that are coming here are coming to give up their lives.
Where could we move to?
You have to move to the southern hemisphere.
Okay.
During the nuclear war, the fallout and the radiation will affect the northern hemisphere. Those who survived the initial blast and the initial war, millions will become sick with the radiation. Food will become inedible. The militias will start. Chaos will happen. All of the things that we've created in our science fiction movies have been created because we know that that's our future. We're creating our reality based on what we have created in fantasy, and fantasy becomes reality. There's a reason for this. We can change this. The Tetra love grid, if all the light workers, you have 2017. You can change this if the light workers choose to work with each other, but there's a hard choice. You can choose to stay here and hope that the love grid will work and that you will prevent the death. But if you fail, you will die.
So we still have a chance.
Yes. But right now you're failing. They're failing and they will die.
Now can you repeat this again? For the light workers, I'm recording it now. Can you repeat what's going to happen?
The light workers have two options.
Mm-hmm.
The light workers can either come together and create the Tetra love grid, which means they become the lights in the marquee.
Right.
That they understand that they're all part of the same sign, and that the energy that they have together is one of which they can create a love that's so powerful that they will overcome the evil, and they will overcome the current evil that is leading this country into the center of darkness. We are, just as Germany, just as countries before that were led by autocratic, evil, disconnected leadership that has harnessed the fear of Earth, the fear of its country, into power. The Tetra love grid can overcome that. But if you fail, you will die in the global war. You will die in the nuclear holocaust. So you have a chance, if you don't believe the Tetra love grid has an opportunity to exist, or if you don't believe that you'll be able to connect, to get out and set up shop and to set up opportunities to be beacons for love, to be beacons for those who are evacuating. Those who get out of this country, those who get out of the northern hemisphere, out of Europe, out of Russia, out of the United States, out of Asia, northern Asia, and they go to the southern hemisphere, will be able to shine their light. You have two options. You can choose to give up now and get out and survive and be beacons of hope and help people immigrate out, and those who immigrate out will be those that live in love and light, and you can create the new world. Or as a light worker, you can try to create the Tetra love grid and connect and overcome the current darkness that is here. Those are your two options. We live in a binary world, so we've created a binary choice.
Now, could you explain to people what the Tetra love grid is?
The Tetra love grid is a conscious connection of understanding first. Step one, consciously connecting with other light workers and other love beings. Step two is simultaneously meditating on the universal love and connecting yourself to Gaia, Gaia to the Prime Creator, the Prime Creator then to the higher council of all of the different centers of planets that have created Earth to create it as a laboratory of experiment. So step one is to recognize and understand that you are a light worker and that you have the power to connect with the Tetra love grid. Step two is to find a time, a moment, using social media, using prayer, using conversation, using churches, to have a day of love, a moment where literally every Christian, Muslim, non-Christian, religion, light worker, every human that understands the power of love will meditate at the same time, pray at the same time, in love,